Hello, my name is Jibrael Khan. My candidate number is 6053 and my center number is UX416. And this is my critical reflection response for question 2. Question 2 asks, how does your media product engage audiences and how would it be distributed as a real-world text? Like question 1, this question will be answered in two parts, part A and part B. This part focuses on how my media product engages audience. My target audience mainly consists of aviation enthusiasts, pilots, engineers, military personnel, and readers interested in aviation technology and aircraft operations. The main age demographic for my magazine is around 25 years old through 55, which is similar to the target audience commonly associated with professional aviation magazines. This audience is typically educated and interested in aviation-related careers, military aviation, aircraft engineering, and aerospace technology. Psychographically, my audience is passionate about aviation innovation, aircraft technology, and real-world aviation development. Similar to readers of professional aviation magazine, they value engineering, precision, and modern aircraft technology. Although my magazine targets the same general audience as traditional aviation magazines, I also wanted it to appeal to more towards younger aviation enthusiasts between the ages of around 16 through 35. This was important because younger audiences are highly active online and engage heavily with aviation content through social media, flight simulator, aviation edits, and military aviation videos. Because of this, I balance the professionalism commonly found in aviation magazines with cleaner layouts, more cinematic aircraft photography, and more visually engaging designs to better attract younger readers while still maintaining credibility. To make sure my magazine would effectively engage my audience, I conducted an audience survey before creating my final product. The results showed that readers were more interested in fighter jets, military aircraft, aviation technology, and real-world aviation operations. Because of this, I made military aviation and realistic aviation missions a major focus throughout my magazine. For example, my lead article focused on the Coast Guard HC-144 and rescue operations because my audience survey shows stronger interest in real-world aviation content rather than historical aviation topics. The survey also showed that readers preferred a serious and professional tone while still wanting the magazine to feel visually engaging. Because of this, I combined professional aviation style writing with cleaner layouts and stronger aircraft photography throughout the magazine. To better engage my audience, I made sure my design choices reflected the interests of aviation enthusiasts. For my cover, I used a front-facing Boeing 727 because dramatic aircraft photography is highly effective at attracting aviation readers. This aircraft fills most of the page, creating a strong visual impact and making the magazine feel more immersive. I also used dark blue, gray, white, and yellow tones throughout the magazine because these colors create a professional aviation aesthetic while still feeling modern and visually appealing. The typography throughout the cover and table of content was kept clean and easy to read because aviation magazines typically use professional and organized layouts. Within my table of contents, I separated the lead article from the rest of the story so readers could quickly identify the main features. I also used bold section labels, page numbers, and aircraft photography throughout the page to improve navigation and maintain visual interest. For my double-page spread, I continued using design choices that would appeal to aviation enthusiasts and readers interested in military aviation. The large, bold headlines help create a dramatic and professional appearance while also reflecting the serious tone of the rescue mission article. The body copy is organized into columns because this improves readability and makes the spread appear more realistic to professional aviation magazines. I also used a large image of the HC-144 aircraft as the main focal point of the spread because aviation readers are often drawn toward stronger aircraft imagery. Captions, pull quotes, and folios were strategically placed throughout the spread to guide the reader's eyes and create a balanced layout without overcrowding the page. Also, I chose not to include secondary images in my spread to keep the page organized and not overcrowded. The content throughout my magazine was specifically designed to appeal to aviation enthusiasts and readers interested in military aviation and aircraft technology. My lead article focuses on the Coast Guard HC-144 and how it is used in rescue and surveillance missions. I selected this topic because my audience survey showed strong interest in real-world aviation operations and military aviation. The cover lines featured on my cover focus on multiple aviation topics such as future aircraft technology, the legacy of the Boeing 727, and private jet travel. This creates variety while still maintaining a strong aviation theme throughout the magazine. I also included a mix of military aviation history, aviation news, aircraft reviews, and private aviation throughout the table of content because aviation magazines typically include multiple aviation topics to appeal different readers within the aviation community. Question 2, Part B. This part focuses on how my magazine would be distributed as a real-world text. If my magazine were a real product, it would be distributed both physically and digitally. This is conventional for aviation magazines because it allows the magazine to reach a much larger audience. For physical distribution, my magazine would most likely be sold in airports, bookstores such as Barnes& and Noble's Aviation Museum, or air shows, and retail stores such as Target or Walmart. Air shows and aviation conventions would also be effective locations because they directly attract aviation enthusiasts and individuals interested in aerospace technology. My magazine would most likely cost around $8.99 per issue, which is similar to the price of real aviation magazines I researched. It would also be published monthly because aviation news and aircraft technology constantly change, making monthly publications more practical for the genre. Digitally, my magazine would also offer online subscriptions that give readers access to digital editions and additional aviation content. Social media would be extremely important in helping my magazine reach younger aviation enthusiasts. Platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and X, or formerly known as Twitter, would help promote my magazine throughout aircraft photography, aviation edits, aviation news, and short-form aviation content. Having a website for my magazine would also be important because it would allow readers to access digital articles, subscription services, and additional aviation content online. Thank you for watching and listening to my response for question 2.